We came to understand that words are more maybe necessary because we need to understand and explain a lot of things to maybe that people understand where we're derivating from usual understanding or maybe not. So first, what is understanding? Well, it comes with non-imagined, meaning imagining or imagined, new vision of unreal. Thus, it's a guide to not do that. Otherwise, you are interacting with something and then you come to understand that if you fail at that, you know that that would also be hindering on that way, but it's not of necessity because you already have fallen. How you can otherwise idealize that is by no doctrine. If you understand this fundamental truth but don't doctrinize it, you can make the same choice and have a non-imagined view that is of no meaning. Imagine new visions of unreal, but non-imagined, meaning it comes with understanding that understanding is of non-imagined, but non-new. Therefore, thus with of new, non-imagined, unreal. Thus, we also needed and understood that we need to understand and explain some words, meaning sire. Well, that's the usual word for someone who is in high position. Well, what we mean is sire, meaning silent sigh to whisper X. It's not the same word. You could type it with this and then the out without the EE, but this is rather the correct word because as I'm concerned, sire is not written like this. As far as I'm concerned, sire is written like this. Meaning we're not even meaning the same word. Please don't make an argument about that. Now, sentenize, that is a major foundation. But you need to set it by not siring yourself to something, but inciting, meaning we channel what graves, not X. And I do mean graves as a verb of grave, meaning in writing. Thus, sentenize is to set a major to foundate, or foundry, or foundation, but not fountain, but meaning to found. In right is wholly unsent law to my X too. Oh, it really stops. It's an open verb. By visionize, completely different. Not even the opposite. See to route, a annex, not nix. A annex. It's not a noun. No, unview. That's basically the opposite to in right. Understand without. By visionize, completely different, meaning sentenize, unview, but only by grive, meaning fly to may X or in tomb. That's the consequential verb. Now, if you come to understand what we just said, by learning, meaning emphasize what is to X with this idea. Guide is no teach, no learn, no view, no doctrine, except what is you with you, or you with someone else. You. That can also be you, Doesn't need to be yourself, but can be you, except no doctrine. Very important. But nonetheless, fundamental truth. Meaning, sin's not good, evil not good. Fundamental truth, and really important to respect. Now learning. What is learning then? If of such idea that the guide is no to new, meaning the guide is no teach. By that you still not learn, meaning no learn. How do you want to learn that? That's a cycle, right? A cyclic metaphor. No, it's something else. It would work, but it's a different logic fallacy. Well, but understanding, if you understand and right, makes it clear. Usually there would be a fallacy of constructing the fallacy, meaning you try to understand fallacy by fallacy and then come to causing that fallacy to be proven by the fallacy that you constructed. Maybe this works as a logical idea even, but it's not what it is. Because no learn doesn't mean you're learning. It's not that fallacy because no teach. As long as you understand learning now, you will understand why that is of Greif. Meaning, you need to emphasize what is. Meaning, emphasizing what is to X. In writing, negation. Meaning, in writing, what is negation to that. Taint no and expect no. That is learning. If that is no learn, meaning learning by this is no learn, but something else, it is no view to guide that. And if you emphasize and write it, nothing, then there is no doctrine, but only the force. To put it in Star Wars-like terms. Now, this is the Sith path, of course. Cannot be different. The Sith path is not hatred. Hatred can be in fight usable, can make you vulnerable, can make you strong, can do a lot of things. But it's nonetheless just a tool to protect any of what is you by X. Meaning now, unview is understand without. And Greif is fly to May X or into. Meaning, either you fly to May X, C, or you are into. The graves are not X. The major is not my. And the silent is not an unsent law. Therefore, expect none. Anyway, however, in writing, no. Expect none would be the right idea to learn. No, that's not teaching. If you want to know this, understand it, first understand to know, learn, to meditate, to be yourself, to be calm in any idea of what you want to be and are, and don't divert from what is fundamentally true. Otherwise you're going a whole different way. And you don't sigh. Don't sire, you silent. Meaning you sentenize, but set a major to foundation, not to found, which is possible for all ideas of conscious, but is nonetheless the only way for this idea. It's a fundamental benefit, fundamental disadvantage, but only disadvantage, no advance, meaning not advantage, but only no disadvantage if it is viewed as something that would be of benefit and could be worked with. Means that you know how what you knew, meaning how you would by slide, not sly. I don't mean slide. I don't mean slide either. Slide is typed like this in sly, but not to slide. Now looks similar, right? You could type it differently. You could type it like this, or like this. That would all work. The rest would just give something price. I cannot give price. We cannot give price. Now, if you understood these ideas here, this is what teaching is. Does it require this discussion? Yes. Can they be depressed? Yes. Knowledge is not always true. And just because you think you know something, it doesn't mean you know it. I said, tain't no. In rice, not. Meaning, in rice, yeah, but no. In right, no. No view, no doctrine. Expect, emphasizing, but don't expect none. No. Meaning in writing negation. That's how you get calm. Now, psychosis is the wrong thought pattern, the wrong idea. You need to resolve that. You need to find your calm, to always be in a state where that doesn't happen. Doesn't mean you cannot be high-grading schizophrenia. That is a different idea. That is that you can cause psychosis onto you without that happening. You don't need to. You don't need to prove that. You know that then. Sociopathic doesn't mean you don't have emotion. Because it doesn't mean it's a bad one. And an advantage doesn't always need to be a benefit. Meaning no teach. No learn. In writing, none. As long as no view, but then you can emphasize what is to X. And thus you taint it, but nothing. For that you can expect, taint, and know. By no view of expect none, thus no doctrine. Now magic. Magic is different. Magic has its own rules, its own ideas, its own worth, its own value. It strikes back at you if you use it for bad. It strikes back at you if you use it for the left-hand path, but this is the left-hand path. The other one is just the satanic left-hand path, but not the satanic one. It's the Antichrist of antis. I would be some kind of Antichrist. We would be some kind of anti-Christian dragon, but not a Christian one. Not a Christian one. Anti-Christian. What would that be? What would be the right word for someone who doesn't understand me? To me, to describe myself would not be. It would be this. Anti-Christian. That would be it. But only like this. The autocorrect is a weird thing. Right? Or halt so. Or so. That also works. Right word. Meaning this would be right. But not really. The other. This. Which I typed in before. Yeah. But it's something wrong. Meaning I don't strive, we don't strive for the celestial salvaments by why? We strive to understand X, but not why. It's of non-use for magic. Magic is not the Antichrist. Magic is not the Christ. Magic is a tool. Magic is philosophy. Magic can be everything, and everything is of magic, even life and miracles itself. But this is fairly irrelevant as long as you expect to taint you and don't know that it is of no imration. Exactly. Understanding comes with non-imagined new vision of unreal. So, magic. What is magic? Has its own rules. Doesn't work if you try to use it for evil. Can use it for it, but always demands a price. If used for good, can demand a sacrifice, but doesn't need to. What does evil would have, meaning trying to harm one that has nothing of that of force and attack. But not the force. So what is it would evil have that is of this? Nothing. Would it still be strong in case of sometimes? Would train differently. I don't like martial arts on this idea. Punch someone. So that is of unreal training. Do I develop magic in ideas where I really go to the extreme? I'm a sociopath. As said, we have an advantage. Manipulation is nothing. So, what would evil have that is of magic? Same idea. Well, something. It's basically obvious. If you taint no, you have no temptation. In this. That evil has. Meaning understanding knowledge on basic level. Good can never use that. Everyone knows that. If you decide for evil, this is the first step. That's why you do it. Then you revert to other paths. But it doesn't mean it's determined. You can always stop and go back. It's relevant. It's a choice. No, I said no doctrine. Just fundamental truth. What does good have that makes so much worth? Rationality. What does evil have? Well, all the pleasures that it could negate itself for. Meaning, damnation. Oh, damnation, 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 damnation. And that is then not of magic. Magic is Septimus Heap. It's an untainted, sacrificial, sacrificed black duct leaf, which darkened. Has no attributes, has no idea, has its own value. Will always make you understand why you did wrong, in either one way or the other. No, a process that will, can, but not must, could, will, most likely, can, doesn't need to, can maybe not. A doctrine help you with your path or magic. It's this time not something complex like the histoglyph, it's just some philosophy that derives from this. Or use a part of none, meaning don't try to understand what is not. Don't take something of envision, not blackness, but what is none to you, but not a none, meaning none. All negations on everything. Use that idea without envisioning or harming someone in the process, meaning no imagination given, no sins, no tricks. Use that part of none. Understand it. Use the verbs, use the guide. Invite yourself to learning, meaning learn, and use the part of none. Decipher your intention. Understand. Expect none. Well, taint no, so failure what is of not, meaning failure to know doctrine. Failure what is not. Exact, meaning sight, to inwrite, and vocabulary of nothing, meaning sight to inwrite, 4. 5. Vocabulary nothing, but 6. Try, but understand, not understand. Sorry for that one. Meaning, if you failed what is not, if you deciphered the part of none what it means to you, if you didn't try to sin, otherwise you're not allowed to me or anyone to do this, you will always be struck down, most likely. Meaning, decipher your intention. Then you did the last step already, as long as you were successful. But now what I mean, sight to write, meaning sight that in right, meaning failure what is not, and vocabulary. 5. Vocabulary nothing. 6. Try, but understand. Meaning make a vocabulary of mind, of none, of nothing, no encirculating of surroundings, of anything that is not but of you in this idea as. Why? Meaning virtuously previously mentioned is no virtue. Previous mention. Try but understand. 7. Feel any by you. Meaning rejuvenate not, encycle not, insert not, enwrite not, infight not, indive not. How would that be written? Dive. What would that mean? In the division of division of meaning Thus, deem value by damnation by meaning of to own meaning your eye. And if you came to understand how that would work, so sentenize one vocabulary to the understanding of the previous ideas, you have fueled. Now you dive, meaning try to envision, not try to know scythe, and know and dive, know and bite, and know, break, by y, meaning epsilon. Thus, say, tail would mean tailor to tie, while x. And there you come to fuel any by you, any that you learned, fuel it, incite it, failure what is not, side to and right, vocabulary nothing, try but understand. Fuel any, you is a part. Failure to decipher, your intention, sight, your vocabulary to know and write, try. Fuel by, but any of you. And dive. And that would mean you can guide that process by learning, but no teach, no learn, no view, no doctrine, to expect none, and then you come to what me and I, view as teaching. And there it comes to use a part of none. Step to back one. Now we found a fundamental truth that could be true. Positive law in acts. It is not true, may be true, no doctrine ever given, fundamental truth. Here's a part of none. Recite. Initiate to yourself, meaning you're already in initiation. You don't need to go further. Now, in right, negation. Magic.